from coast to coast, thousands of children and adults came together wearing pink for Pink Shirt Day to symbolize a united front against bullying. It all began back in 2007, and since then the day has grown more popular. This year's theme is Lift Each Other Up, which focuses on acceptance and awareness of those who are victims of bullying. Manisa Danabalan joins us live with more on this. Manisa.
Hey Louie, bullying is a problem that's been going on for decades, and even though there's been more awareness now, there are still too many who are suffering in silence. Pink t-shirts were worn in schools and workplaces across Canada today, and the message is to stand up against bullying. The Pink Shirt Day campaign began back in 2007 by high school students.
The day started out east in Nova Scotia when some senior high school students noticed that a more junior student was being bullied because they chose to wear a pink shirt that day. So in a way of showing solidarity for that student who was being bullied, they went out and bought dozens of pink t-shirts, gave them to a lot of their friends, and then one day everybody came in wearing their pink shirts as a sign of solidarity.
Students David Shepard and Travis Price started the campaign.
I just seen this kid as being me, so I really wanted to make that difference for them.
Since then, awareness to prevent bullying and to be kind to each other has grown. But unfortunately, experts say we still haven't made a dent when it comes to the number of people who are still being bullied.
And unfortunately, it's clear that in Canada, the number of kids who report being victimized in 2000 is about the same as the amount of kids who report being victimized in 2024, at least as a percentage.
For starters, it's still hard to find and catch bullies, since many of them say they're kidding or didn't mean it.
And then secondly, there's a lot that's in it for bullies. Research has shown that bullies can get resources like schoolyard, playgrounds, they can get lunch money, they can get popularity. There's strong ties across time and in different cultures showing that bullies become more popular with time. And then in adolescence, we know that bullies get more dates and more sex. So when you add that all together, we have a hard time catching them.
Another issue is that many victims continue to suffer in silence.
One of the things they don't do, and yet the evidence supports that they should do, is they should tell adults in their community when they're being bullied. So tell a trusted teacher or principal or somebody of the like. But what happens is a lot of times they suffer in silence. They don't think that the adults in their community are going to be able to help them. And that's not at all what the research shows. The research shows that we can help them.
And it's not just students who are impacted. Adults are victims too. Sometimes bullies continue the same behavior in the workplace. People may experience this from a boss or coworker.
A lot of people think that bullying is just a rite of passage, that it doesn't do harm, and because it happened to them and they didn't have problems, it wasn't or shouldn't be a problem for other people. But the reality is that, like any kind of stress, too much of it causes permanent damage. And we don't know beforehand which kids are going to be able to resist that stress and which kids won't. So we really need to step up and take concrete action to make sure that the vulnerable kids are not going to be suffering lifelong consequences.
Once again, advocates say it's important for children and students to let an adult know if they are being picked on, because that's the best way to prevent bullying.